Good morning. Today is Sunday, 27 September 2015. Let's see the paper highlights in Sunday Times. The main heading says, 2 Supreme Court judges may face impeachment. The government has decided to impeach a Supreme Court judge for misbehavior if the court action is now facing is upheld. This is while another colleague has come under close investigation after allegations that the spouse ran a consultancy firm. The activities of the firm had been allegedly linked to the work of the judge in question. The move, an authoritative source said yesterday, was to ensure greater discipline and professional court conduct among judges. For the impeachment of the judge in question, President Maithripala Sirisena is to follow procedures laid out in the Constitution when the case against a judge is concluded. The Constitution says that an appellate court judge shall not be removed except by an order of the President made after an address of Parliament. An impeachment motion would have to be supported by the majority of the total number of members of Parliament and has to be presented to the President for such removal on the grounds of proved misbehavior or incapacity. The conduct of the Supreme Court judge came into the public focus after the Criminal Investigation Department investigated allegations that he harassed his domestic aide. The CID had filed a report in the Mount Lavinia Magistrate Court over his conduct. The judge has been granted bail after he surrendered to court and the case is now pending. And there's another highlight which says landslide death toll rises, more warnings. The death toll in Friday's landslide in a private tea estate at Ramboda in Kotmale increased to 7 yesterday as the Disaster Management Centre warned Central Province residents of further natural disasters. DMC Director General LBR Mark said 7 bodies were recovered by yesterday afternoon following the landslide at Lily Estate where 44 families were displaced. At least 7 houses were destroyed in the landslide while the people in the surrounding areas have been moved to Ramboda Hindu College. Those injured have been admitted to the Kotmale Hospital with a critically wounded patient being moved to the intensive care unit of Gampola Teaching Hospital. The adverse weather conditions with a rainfall of 130 mm yesterday affected the clearing operations and the search for the bodies. Major General Mark said residents in Kandy, Gampola, Pusallava, Navalapitiya and Ramboda had been warned of landslides and heavy rains. A railway spokesman said they were monitoring the condition on the upcountry track, but there were no interruptions until last evening. Another highlight in Sunday Times says 7 bills to raise revenue through mega taxes. Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake has reintroduced the Finance Act bill which seeks to impose the mansion tax and migration tax and super gains tax on a company or individual whose profit before tax exceeds 2,000 million. This and 6 other bills aimed at raising state revenue were presented to Parliament by the Finance Minister this week amid opposition protests. And now let's move to the paper highlights in Sunday Observer. The main headline says, no vote on US resolution. The US resolution on Sri Lanka scheduled to be moved in the UN Human Rights Council shortly after the report of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights is tabled will not be taken up for vote but adopted unanimously. There will not be a vote on the resolution as no one is contesting it, authoritative sources said. Another highlight says President Sirisena to meet John Kerry. President Maithripala Sirisena will meet US Secretary of State John Kerry today on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York, a ministry spokesperson said yesterday. Unconfirmed reports said a one-on-one between President Sirisena and US President Barack Obama is likely to take place during the UNGA, but the spokesperson said they haven't been informed of such a meeting as of Saturday. Another highlight says delimitation of wards completed. Political parties will get an opportunity to make observations on the demarcation of wards with regard to respective local authority areas once the Gazette on the ward system is published within the next few days, Secretary Ministry of Provincial Councils and Local Government H.T. Kamal Padmasiri told the Sunday Observer. Let's move to the paper highlights in Ceylon today, which says India supports Sri Lankan's quest for justice. Noting a sea change in the approach of the new Sri Lankan government over the issue of the alleged war crimes during the past phase of the civil war with the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, India has said it supports the quest for justice. We brought you the paper highlights from today's newspapers and we'll bring you more tomorrow. Thank you.